Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, why did the colonial powers try to separate the Muslims from Arabic? Well, let's talk about it a little bit. So, colonial powers, they understood that Arabic is much more than just a language to the Muslims. It's the key to Islamic identity, unity, and resistance. When colonial powers were trying to take over the Muslim world, they had to weaken the Muslims. And one of the best ways of doing it is separating them from the Arabic language. By weakening the connection between Muslims and Arabic, they sought to dismantle the intellectual and spiritual foundations of Muslim societies. And this strategy aimed to disrupt access to Islamic scholarship, create cultural dependency on colonial languages, and install a sense of inferiority regarding Arabic. And the ultimate goal was to make the Muslim populations easier to govern by severing their ties to their religious and historical roots. So let's take a look at the French colonialization in North Africa. This is Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. So who was involved? Okay, France. What did they do? They banned Arabic from schools and administration, replacing it with French. Promoted Berber identity separately from the Muslim identity to divide the population. And this probably caused some sort of like nationalistic, kind of like competitions between people. They restricted Islamic education while advancing secular and French language schooling. Why? To weaken Islamic unity, to create Francophone elite more aligned with French interests, to ensure cultural dependency on France rather than the broader Muslim world. So here, what stay with Arabic, we really want to get the word out to Muslims on the importance of keeping with Arabic until you become fluent. Just lifelong learning. Keep going, right? Let's take a look at the British. British colonialization in Egypt and Sudan and also India. So this was Britain. What did they do? They replaced Arabic and Persian with English as the language of administration and education. They limited access to Arabic language religious education while promoting westernized schools. They marginalized scholars trained in Arabic based on Islamic traditions, replacing them with English educated elites. We already know during the Islamic Golden Age that Islam can produce science, Islam can produce advanced information, because out of that time period, algebra came out of it, optical science, even the scientific method came out of the golden age of Islam, where Muslims had their identity, had their culture under Islamic um, setting. So we know that we do not have to separate Islam from from science, or we separate Islam in order to move forward. No, we already have that. We already proved that it can be done. So we can't let the tricks of the devil and their people to affect our minds. So why did they do this? They wanted to break the link between local Muslims and the global Islamic community, right? So we want to do the opposite. We want to reconnect and we want to keep connected the global Islamic community. So if somebody's trying to divide us, we need to do the opposite, right? They also wanted to control the knowledge production and ensure the educated class was aligned with British colonial interests. So don't fall for these games. Let's take a look at Dutch colonialization in Indonesia. So the Netherlands, that's who was involved. What did they do? Restricted Arabic and Islamic education while promoting Dutch as the primary language. Imposed strict regulations on Islamic schools to limit their influence. They encourage local languages over Arabic to weaken the ties to the wider Muslim world. Now, why did they do this? The Dutch feared Arabic based Islamic teachings would fuel resistance movements against colonial rule. I believe it was Omar who said Arabic language give you wisdom. It helps give you wisdom. So this is another benefit of the Arabic language. So also, the Dutch, wanted to prevent Indonesian Muslims from connecting with reformist movements in the Middle East. So we have to do the opposite of what they want us to do. So the mental effects on the Muslims. Beyond the political and education restrictions, this systematic attack on Arabic had deep psychological consequences on Muslim populations. Loss of religious confidence. Many Muslims felt disconnected from their religious texts. Since Arabic is the language of the Quran, those who could no longer access it directly felt weakened connection to Islam. Think about this. Identity crisis. By replacing Arabic with colonial languages, many Muslims developed internal conflicts about their identity, torn between their Islamic heritage and imposed Western influence. Inferiority complex. Colonized Muslims were made to believe Arabic was backwards and that progress only came through adapting European languages and systems, and this is a lie. I think it's pretty backwards the way that the family systems and structures are falling apart in the West. I think that's pretty backwards. This led to the devaluation of Islamic scholarship. Fragmentation of the Ummah. Without Arabic as a unifying factor, Muslim communities became more regionally divided, making it easier for colonial rules to control them. So, colonial efforts to disconnect Muslims from Arabic were not just about language, they were about reshaping minds, identities, and loyalties. While these efforts succeeded in some areas, Muslims resisted by preserving Arabic through religious institutions, underground institutions, cultural resistance. Today, the revival of Arabic learning is part of the reclaiming of the Islamic identity and unity. And this is what Stay with Arabic is all about. It's just getting people to stay consistent when learning Arabic and not quit and keep going for those who need extra resources. Jazakum Allahu khairan. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.